Upgrading your mountain bike can often feel like an expensive business. 1,500 quid on some carbon wheels, 1,200 quid on some suspension forks. I want to show you that you don't have to go bankrupt to improve your mountain biking life. So here are 15 of the best upgrades for under 50 quid. We all want to make our bikes ride better and our time on the bike more fun. And often it can feel like you have to spend loads and loads of money to do so. Yes, it's easy to get drawn into the new wheels and new suspension thing, and even tyres are expensive these days. But there are plenty of products out there that don't cost the earth that can make a genuine improvement to your time on the bike. I asked the whole MBUK team to give me their top picks of products that cost under £50 that will make a genuine improvement to your time on your mountain bike. I'm going to look at the first 5 in a little bit more detail, and then I'm going to whiz through the next 10. So if you've saved up a bit of pocket money, you've got a bit of spare cash lying around, or you're looking for a gift for the mountain biker in your life, stay tuned. This is the Topeak Smart Gauge D2X digital tyre pressure gauge. Now, in videos about how to upgrade your mountain biking life, everyone always says just get good tyres, and it's a great place to start, but the best tyres tend to cost more than 50 quid, so I can't recommend them here. However, to get the most out of your tyres, you've got to run them at the proper pressures. A tyre pressure gauge like this digital one from Topeak just means you can get that consistency of pressure every time you go ride. And actually, they make a genuine difference to how you use your bike and how you get it set up properly. So this Topeak one, it has a digital display so you can really easily see those numbers. It's got a little bleed valve on there so you can let a bit of air out as you sort of put it on there to fine tune those things. And of course you can change it from PSI to bar and all the good stuff. It's really easy to use. You undo your valve, you push it on, it bleeps, it gives you your pressure, and then you're good to go. Now, over the years, we've found Topeak's digital pressure gauges to be pretty darn accurate. However, what's really important when it comes to tyre pressures is consistency. So we would always recommend you use the same tyre pressure gauge on your tyres every single time. If you change between different ones, then you might get slightly different readings for the same tyre pressure, and it's you who defines what works for you. So use the same tyre pressure gauge every single time. This one comes in at £42.99. It's a relatively fancy one. There are cheaper options, but if you want to get the most out of your mountain bike, getting those tyre pressures right is a perfect place to start, and it costs under 50 quid. This is the Mudhugger Shorty Evo Bolt front fender, which costs £32.99 here in the UK. It's that time of year, the summer is over, it's time for winter, rides are gonna get wetter, and having a decent fender on your bike prevents spray getting in your eyes, water getting in your headset bearings, and mud getting on your fork seals. Fitting one of these will make your life easier. In the MBUK office, we're using various different brands as fenders, so I use Mudhuggers quite a lot, but RRP do very similar ones as well, and there are various different lengths and ways of attaching it to your fork. This one bolts straight onto the back of the crown. It is the cleanest looking, but most permanent option. If you want to take your fender off for bike storage, then get one of the ones with the Velcro straps. The shorter options probably look the best, but the longer ones give more protection. Fenders like this are a great way to keep riding and keep maintenance low in a wet winter for under 50 quid. Rock Riders men's mountain bike winter bottoms might not have the flashiest name, but this bit of kit surprised our tester Al Evans last winter with just how darn good they are, and at $49.99 this is one of the cheapest ways to keep you comfortable on your mountain bike rides throughout winter. Mountain bike specific clothing is often a little bit more expensive than it potentially needs to be, but Decathlon's outdoor superstores have some amazing bits of kit in there, and they're often really well priced. These Rock Rider trousers are built for winter, so they're a little bit thicker than a summer riding trouser, offering that little bit extra insulation. They are spray and splash resistant, so if you're going through puddles, you're not necessarily going to get soaked instantly. They do have little bits of breathability on there though, so you hopefully shouldn't get too sweaty. There's stretch in there to mean that they do fit quite nicely over slimmer knee pads, and they're also abrasion resistant, so if you fall off or you get it scuffed with loads of mud on your saddle, they should keep going for a long winter's riding. At 50 quid, they're incredibly competitively priced, and while they might not have all the sort of the fancy detailing of expensive winter trousers, they really can't be beaten for the money. When it comes to those winter rides, staying warm, comfortable and dry is imperative to keep you pedaling through those wet winter months. If you're feeling uncomfortable, you're just not going to want to go out, or you're going to cut your ride short. Having a decent pair of winter trousers makes a huge difference to your riding experience through winter, and at 50 quid, these are pretty much a must buy in my opinion. Galfer's Pro Level brake pads at $25.99 are some of the best upgrades to your braking you can make for under 50 quid. And they're going to work with an item that comes in the next 10 items too. Changing your brake pads is a great way to boost braking performance, and if you're going to ride a bike as fast as you can, you need decent brakes. If you're happy with your braking performance, then getting the stock pads from Shimano, SRAM, Mudhugger, whoever it might be, is a great idea. However, we found that Galfer's brake pads perform incredibly well for the money. They offer 5 different compounds for your mountain bike brakes, but these Pro ones are basically the most powerful, kind of punchiest options out there. They aren't the most durable, so if you're riding in really wet, gritty conditions, they'll wear out a little bit quicker. But if you want to improve your braking performance, a decent set of high-end brake pads is a great place to start. But at 26 quid, the Pro level brake pads from Galfer with the green backing is not an expensive option. Over time, your cleats wear or your pins get worn down. Refreshing your cleats or putting new pins in rejuvenates the way your body interacts with your bike. It might seem like an innocuous little thing to do, but doing so can greatly improve the connection between you and your bike, integral for controlling it down technical terrain. The pedals you use on your bike will determine which ones you buy. However, in the UK, £17.99 for Shimano cleats, £26.99 for Crankbrothers cleats, and pins cost anything from £10 to £15 usually. These ones from DMR are £13 a pack. This is a quick, cheap and easy job that's often forgotten but makes a genuine improvement to your riding. Get it done. Now before I get into the next 10 products, if you want to upgrade your life, of course you should head to the MBUK shop. We've got loads of MBUK branded merch available, from jumpers, t-shirts, bottles, socks, keyrings, you name it, we've got it. Most of it is under 50 quid as well. There's a link to the shop underneath this video with a load of the products in there, so go check it out and support the channel. So as promised, I'm going to rattle through the next 10 products a little bit quicker than the first 5. Now, when SRAM released the HS2 rotor, I was genuinely blown away by how much they improved my braking performance. More power, more bite, more control, I love them. It's a bit cheeky because the RRP is from £52 in the UK, but you can definitely get them for under 50 quid, a genuine improvement to your braking performance. Madison's Crypto glasses that start at £39.99 in the UK are my ultimate go-to choice for mountain biking eyewear. They've got a flexible frame, they've got flexible arms and nose pieces, so the fit's really good. Optically, they're great. They come with various lenses that can be swapped, and you can put insets in there if you need a prescription. I've recommended these to so many of my riding mates, and a lot of them have gone and bought them. At £39.99, these are a fraction of the price of glasses from the likes of Smith & Oakley, but perform just as well in my opinion. Waterproof jackets can cost a lot of money, but they're also quite vulnerable to brambles and crashes, and if you rip one, then water's going to get straight in. So instead of replacing the whole jacket, repair it with a field repair kit from Patagonia. It's £20, it comes with patches that can be put over technical materials to seal them from the elements, and needle and thread so you can sew them up too. 20 quid, bit of a no-brainer if it saves you 200 quid riding jacket. If you've spent thousands on your mountain bike and you want to keep it looking good, then a frame protection kit from the likes of Hookit is a great way to spend 27 quid to keep your investment looking smart into the future. They take a little bit of work to get them fitted. You know, you've got to clean everything nicely, you've got to heat it up and cut things out properly, but spend a bit of time doing this right and it will keep your mountain bike looking smart for years to come. This is my go-to on-bike hydration system. There's a Camelbak Podium Dirt bottle with a little capo with a valve and an on-off switch so it doesn't leak in your bag, and a Specialized Zee II cage. This cage will not drop a bottle whatever you're doing on your bike. It is the best water bottle cage on the market, bar none. 14 quid for this little dinky bottle in the UK, 15 quid for the cage. You can't go wrong. Grips are a very personal item, but they do tend to come in at under 50 quid, which is a good thing. You can get thick ones for loads of comfort, thin ones for loads of feel. Personally, I find the DMR Deathgrip in this thick build probably the best balance of everything. There's a mushroom bit here for comfort, there's a nice bit of knurling on the top for grip, and this little grid on the bottom means that you've got loads of sort of traction on there when you're holding on hard. Great set of grips, loads of different colours, thick and thin options, £24. Can't go wrong. These Enduro ACB stainless steel bearings are expensive. The price depends on which size you need, but they are worth investing in. Why? Well, they're particularly durable. They use a harder, more corrosion-resistant stainless steel for the bearings. They've got thick seals around there and marine-grade grease in there to keep them running in the wettest of conditions. If you've got cables running through your headset, stick some of these in there because you ain't going to be changing these for almost a lifetime. The 100% Brisker glove is the most popular winter glove at MBUK. Now the standard one that comes in at £31.99 comes with a nice neoprene backing and a very thin palm for the ultimate in feel and a little bit of terry clothing there. But the Xtreme version that comes in at £39.99 adds extra insulation and a slightly longer cuff for more protection on cool days. If you went around the entire mountain bike industry here in the UK and asked for a recommendation for a winter glove, the 100% Brisker would be top of the pile. When I asked the MBUK team for their tool recommendations, the Crankbrothers F15 at £49.99 came out top of the list. It's a very simple tool. Inside here you have all the different Allen keys that you're ever going to need. On top you've got a chain tool, and if you pull it in there you've got your spoke tools, and Because it comes in this nice handy carry case, when you're cranking on like a rear axle or if you're tightening your rear transmission derailleur, you can get plenty of torque through it without hurting your hands. It's a simple multi-tool that'll get you out of trouble on the trail. Keeping your bike clean is a great way to ensure that it lasts a lifetime, and Muc-off's 8-in-1 bicycle cleaning kit might be the key to unlock that longevity. Inside you get the fast action bike cleaning spray that I've found works really well personally. There's a bike protect spray so you can keep everything nice and shiny, and there's plenty of brushes and sponges so you can get into all those nooks and crannies to get rid of that dirt. Also comes with a bucket, which is great if you don't have a hose outside your house. So those are 15 mountain bike upgrades that don't break the bank. Let me know your ideas down in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and watch the video that's on screen now.